Let's see. Has it just immediately frozen as I'm trying to go live? I wouldn't put it past this setup. Hi everybody. This is Tracy. I'm doing a little solo stream by myself here. It's a little early in the morning for Alexis to be streaming, and I just felt like testing out my setup here. What I've got going is some software to stream my to stream my 3DS, and we have the the Great Ace Attorney, The Adventures of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Sorry, I haven't wanted my speaking yet. Gotta get into it. Presentation. Anyway, what we have here is Great Ace Attorney, also known as Gyakuten Saiban, and it's the earliest point in the Ace Attorney canon that I know of. Because what we're doing today is a test stream of my setup for my 3DS recording, seeing how well this works, seeing how often it crashes, seeing if I maybe just need to do this as like let's plays instead of like trying to stream it, and just test my setup. I'm gonna give the stream a quick tweet out here. Let's see. That's okay, dokie. Let's see. So yes, this is Great Ace Attorney 1. Because they made another one. I mean, this is just Great Ace Attorney. They didn't like call it. They didn't like call it Great Ace Attorney when they didn't call Spyro the Dragon Spyro 1. But my rambling aside, so this project, Ace Attorney Chronological, is one in which I'll be playing all the Ace Attorney cases in their actual chronological order, which is just based off of some wild dare that got out of hand, mostly, where I was trying to work out, because the order these games go in is sometimes a little convoluted for the sake of drama. And like after the first game or so, it became commonplace to have like some kind of in medias res cases and stuff. And I don't know. As a subversion, I'm going to be playing all of them in order. But it doesn't really matter for this first game, because this game's just going to be played pretty straight. Because this and the original Ace Attorney is all in chronological order. The episodes are in the order that they happen in. I know that isn't like important so much. It's just, I don't know. I'm a nerd, and I made a giant list and dared myself, and we're gonna do it. And as an excuse for me to play 8 Great Ace Attorney, mostly. Honestly, this is a great game, and if you don't know about it, we never got this in English. This is all a fan translation by Scarlet Study. Oh, okay, good. We got Alexis on the chat. She can hear me. That's nice. How am I sounding compared to the audio of the game, by the way? Oh. Oh, you're right! Oh, good. Well, I mean, the first case is the first one. Thank you for reminding me, Alexis. I was wrong. This game is in chronological order, but in the next one after this game, in Great Ace Attorney 2, they have a case that's actually a flashback into the middle of this game. So that's wild. So in the middle, just in the middle of the Let's Play, this is why it's not just a Great Ace Attorney Let's Play. It's because in the middle of it, there's just gonna be a case from Great Ace Attorney 2. That they just kind of put in there. Why? Because it's just so funny. Mostly, you know what? It's mostly based off the case in Great Ace Attorney 2 specifically, because the idea of so much happening in such a short span of time as the first game is just wild. Which is a recurring thing in the canon if you put the timeline up. Like, those familiar with like the Ace Attorney Investigations game, the second, which was never translated. Also a great game, by the way. That takes place in all of those 10 of those cases take place in like a month. Oh, you're not hearing the audio? Huh. I should have my desktop audio in the mix, and I'm hearing my game audio actually through my desktop audio. Maybe if I turn it up. Yeah, it should be, unless this audio mixer's lying to me. I'm just like fiddling with it. Do you hear anything? Okay, it was just a bit quiet, I guess. Okay. Okay, good. Am I audible compared to it? Is this like overwhelming? Okay. Maybe. Hi, I just press the buttons back and forward on the menu every now and then to make sure that the streaming software on the 3DS end hasn't crashed it, because it will crash it eventually. Sometimes it holds out for an hour, sometimes much less than an hour. We'll see how far we can go. What could be louder, my voice or the game? I'll try to turn up my voice. I don't have as fancy a setup as Alexis does with her streams, but I don't really feel like having my webcam on right now. Alright, nice, good. We've got this test stream is off the ground. We've got our setup going. Alright, let's see if we can get a bit of the first case done before this all comes crashing down, shall we? So, through an elaborate setup of wires and software, I've got this set up, finally. And I played this whole game so I can just come in and... Oh, by the way, cool feature about this game, if you... this isn't a spoiler thing, but just... They have checkpoints. It's cool. I know they have that in the more recent Ace Attorney things, but I don't know. Fuck. It's quality of life, people. It's nice. It helps with some of these big chunky visuals, especially in our situation where it's crashing constantly. When I was trying to do like some offline, some off-streaming setup. I mean, I guess I can keep talking as we have subtitles here. Thank you.
西洋文化の大波が押し寄せていた。活気に満ち溢れる帝都の民は変化、革新の熱気にむせ返り、その変化に戸惑う者も飲み込んで、時代は大きなうねりの中にあった。そして今、そんな時代を舞台に一つの物語が幕を開く。
Okay, so the setting of this game, as you can see, is around Sherlock Holmes times in Japan and England. Yes, Sherlock Holmes times is my frame of reference on time. I don't know. We're in quarantine. Shit. Yes. So we are. Well, I mean, we're gonna get the explanation for who we're playing as here. There's some things about this translation that are a bit wild. Let's see. Even now, I find it hard to believe. Well, everything seems so calm in this lobby. Just one step beyond lies a grand bench where my fate will be decided. And what do you want? Nothing. Blaring at me won't do any good, you damned murderer. Dots. Sorry. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a second-year student at Imperial Yumi University in Empire, Japan. 3 days ago, I was caught up in a terrible incident. And now, I await my judgment. Halt! Bailiff, I'd say it's about time you stem the flow of garbage coming from your mouth. Excuse me? Who do you think you are? I am a defense attorney for the defendant before you. Defense attorney, you say? Until today's trial is ended, until the final verdict has been passed, you have no right to call this man a criminal. Watch your words, bailiff. Alright, little know-it-all. You and your stupid logic. At least I'm capable of making logical arguments, unlike you. Logic. Only lawyers possess logic, as we all know. It's a mystical force only a true intellectual possesses. Anyway, don't you agree, Ryunosuke Naruhodo? Huh? Whoa, sorry about that. Why are you apologizing to me? Never mind. I'm really sorry, Asugi, for getting you so much trouble. Asugi's in red, so you know it's his name. Ahahaha. See? Now it's in the banner. Ooh, the power of visual novels. Highlighting. And in the end, you still apologize. You never change. Guess not. Lately, your name used to be in every paper, and has been in every paper in the capital. Imperial Yumi University, professor killed, the culprit, a student of the same university. And yet... You didn't do it, did you? Of course not! You have to believe me, I didn't kill him. I'm not a murderer. Then stop hanging your head. Chin up, back straight. Asugi. I believe in you, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. This is my best friend, Kazuma Asugi. He's a second-year student like me. But to be frank, he and I are worlds apart. He's the pride and joy of our university. Even though he's still a student, he's already qualified to be a defense attorney. You're too kind. Defense attorneys are still an emerging profession here in Japan. We are but meager assistants in the judicial system, at least for now. Yeah, I know, right? This Bishonen boy here has come to our rescue. You know, you gotta be thankful for him. He's got the Fire Emblem powers of always waving his ribbon cape. I know I already said this 3 days ago, but Asugi, as your friend, I couldn't be more proud of you. 3 days ago? That's right. That was when it happened. Oh. Congratulations, Asugi. You've finally been approved to study abroad. Yes, I've finally done it. It feels like a dream come true. Just sitting across from your bro getting some tea, am I right, fellas? It seems the government has recognized my achievements as both a student and a lawyer. You'll be starting the greatest legal system in the world as a representative of Japan. As your friend, I couldn't be more proud of you. There isn't a soul at Yumi University who doesn't know Asugi's name. Wherever it goes, a mysterious warm breeze follows, so the rumors say. For the sake of reforming this country's legal system, I want to observe a true legal system across the sea with my own 2 eyes. Oh, he's gonna learn from a true legal system, aka the English legal system. Now, as a Scot, I have opinions about that, but I'll leave it for later, because we'll get to the English legal system in this game. The British Empire. Man, I wish I could see it. Then why don't you come with me? It would bring me great pleasure to rampage through the Queen's domain with you. You make it sound so easy. Well, look at the time. I have to get going. I'll stay a bit longer. We did come all this way after all. You're right. Oh. Aw, don't freeze on me, game. I'm reading gayness into this scene. Yes! The stream hasn't broken yet. You're right, we rarely get the chance to visit a high-class establishment like this. Well then, take care. See you in tomorrow's English lecture, partner. Hey, partner. Think mull over living in a foreign country with me. Shortly afterward it began. Mr. Asogi, a moment please. Why, Professor, I didn't expect to see you. Well, I can't say this incident doesn't concern me. More importantly, you ought to go and see the judge in his chambers. The judge? He's been looking for you for quite some time. I'm pouring tea, sorry. I gotta have my tea break every now and then. That's just the way of life. He was looking for quite some time. You took on the role of defense attorney without much warning, lest you forget. As a result, today's proceedings seem to be in a bit of disarray. Who is this gentleman? I feel like I've seen him around the university before. Understood. I'll be there at once. Allow me to accompany you. Well then, Naruhodo, I'll see you in the courtroom. Right, I'm counting on you, Asogi. Alright, I just want to say, this... Okay, hang on, I'll save it. Wow, this is awkward. Excuse me. Yeah? Are you Ryunosuke Naruhodo, the defendant in today's trial? Yeah, that's me. I am Eugene Mikoto, a professor of forensic pathology at Yume University. Professor Mikoto? I've heard that name from Asogi. He's the one who tirelessly lobbied the government to let Asogi study abroad. Asogi has informed me you are his best friend. Red text. A lot of emphasis on best friends. I feel like the emphasis, or the red text emphasis is like, it means he's saying it in the way that like older straight people do when they're like, they suspect you're gay but they don't want to be like confrontation about it. It's like, how's your best friend doing? That's my reading of the text. You're getting the translation as whoever made this translation made it however literal it is, etc. And then you're getting my layer of it, which is the homoerotic undertensions, I guess, between Asogi and Naruhodo. Anyway. Guys being dudes. I mean, you know, what's wrong with guys being dudes? Over here. If that's true, there's something you must know. What is it? As you are aware, Asogi is set to study abroad in the British Empire. However, in the event that he loses today's trial, his trip will be suspended and he'll never receive such an opportunity again. What? You really didn't know then? I suspected that Asogi would hide the truth from you. So Asogi's defending despite the rest? Wait, why would they do that to him? Our government chooses who gets to study abroad from a wide pool of candidates. Let's just say to receive such a privilege is no laughing matter. But still, I swear I didn't do it. I'm not a murderer. But of course, however, I must warn you, it'd be quite difficult to prove your innocence. You see, today's trial is special. Oh. What a time for the thing to freeze. Come on, there we go. You see, today's trial is special, to say the least. Huh? He took a really long pause. What do you mean by that? You'll find out once the trial begins whether you like it or not. Then, what on earth should I do? Keep this in mind. I'm not asking you to just stand there and accept a guilty verdict, huh? As soon as trial begins, the judge will pose a certain question to the defense. To this question, you must reply, I am, before anyone else has a chance to speak. I am? Hold on, what kind of question is this going to be? Oh, no way. Is it going to be something like, who is the killer? No, of course not. Defendant? The trial's about to start. Make your way to the courtroom at once. Oh my, it's time. It appears that our secret talk must end here. In any case, I shall leave you with these words. Kazuma Asogi must not stand as the defense attorney in today's trial. Of course, no one who ultimately decides that will be you, the defendant. What are you waiting for? You want to be held in contempt of court and declared guilty? Well, cocktail attorney won't be much help anyway, so move it. If really today's trial, not only will I be found guilty of murder, Asogi will lose his chance to study abroad too. And so, blissfully unaware of what lay ahead, I headed off to the trial. That fateful trial, one I'd never forget. So it's the courtroom. Not just any courtroom, it's the Supreme Court, the highest legal authority in the Empire. Huh. Something feels off about the gallery. Why are there so many people in uniform? Today's trial is being conducted by absolute secrecy, by the order of the government. Absolute secrecy? That's what I said. The general public has no idea this trial is taking place. The only ones allowed in attendance are the military and government officials. Huh? But why? You'll find out soon enough. More importantly. Time to focus, Naruhodo. It's about to begin. Court is now in session for the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. As is the defense. Before we proceed, there is one thing I would like to confirm. Last night I received an urgent request for a change of attorney from the defense. Yes, Your Honor. It was I who submitted that request. Custom dictates an attorney ought to be appointed 2 days before the trial. Therefore, I must ask for confirmation. Who is the stand to defense and the accused in today's trial? Question? Here is the opening question. In other words, he'll be defending me in this trial. But if I answer I am, that would mean... There's no time to think. I should... Oh gosh, Naruhodo. Now, it's at this point I start to suspect that Professor Mikotaba is setting us up. Because in real life, you really don't want to defend yourself. Like, as bad as it would be for Naruhodo to make his friends lose out on an opportunity, you don't want to defend yourself in a charge of murder. Especially when you don't, you're not a lawyer. But Naruhodo is Naruhodo, and will say, I am. Your Honor, there is no need to confirm. Needless to say, the one who will be defending the accused is... Sir! What was that out of place yell? The one who defended the accused is me, Ryudaski Naruhodo. What? What do you think you're doing, Naruhodo? Professor Mikoto had told me everything. Come again. If I'm declared guilty, your study abroad will be suspended. I'm disappointed. You're saying you don't trust me at all. You think that if I was your attorney, we would lose this trial. No, absolutely not, but if there's even a chance that you'd, because of me... I knew it. I knew you'd pull something like this. That's why I kept my mouth shut. Damn it, Professor Mikotoba. That was completely unnecessary. Very well. The court acknowledges the accused will defend himself in today's proceedings. Oh ha ha! I see! By renouncing his attorney, the accused is admitting his own crime. Objection! Don't misunderstand. The one who is most sure of his own innocence is simply defending himself, that's all. Isn't that right, defendant? Yeah, that's right. But if I'm being honest, this defendant is drawing a total blank on what to do next. First of all, do something about those shifty eyes of yours. How dare a mere student bother the Supreme Court with such a trite case? Surely I'm not the only one who's outraged by this arrangement. I love the Winston Payne family and his ancestor here. As you gentlemen know, this is the grand bench of the Supreme Court. As such, we demand a trial be fit in this courtroom, the pinnacle of our legal system. Defendant. Yes? I shall now gauge whether or not you are qualified to stand in this court. Oh, okay. What's he gonna do? And now, Judge doubts you have the ability to properly defend yourself. The joke's on him, because the person with the most doubt in what does not allow myself. I shall pose some simple questions to the defense regarding this case. Yes, Your Honor. First, what is the name of the victim of this murder? Answer promptly and clearly. Okay, I should know this one. I've heard it countless times since the incident. It's... Huh? Oh no. I'm so nervous I can't remember. What was his name again? Naruhodo. You're drawing a total blank on this one, right? You're my best friend, alright. Don't worry, everything at the incident has been logged in the court record. The court record? Go ahead and tap the court record button in the top right corner of the bottom screen. And there you'll find everything you need, even things you may have forgotten. Screen, what the hell are you talking about? Oh right, just tapping the courtroom button. Wow. Here's all the evidence. You can also view the profiles of people involved in the case. Once you confirm the victim's details, press back to return it to task at hand. Oh, the victim in this case, John H. Watson, age 47, was invited to come to the university from the Great British Empire. A medical doctor. Second year student at Purdue University. My best friend. All relevant piece of information can be found in the court record, remember that. Now, we shouldn't keep his honor waiting. Present your answer to him. Choose the profile of the victim and present it to the court. The The victim is Dr. John H. Watson. Of course you would remember the name of a professor at your own university. Dr. Watson was a medical doctor from the British Empire. 3 years ago, he was invited to teach at Imperial Human University. And that is why we have such a tremendous debacle on our hands. The British Empire. A country which rules the Empire of... which the Empire of Japan wishes to maintain strong diplomatic relations. Doesn't rule the Empire of Japan. A country with which the Empire of Japan wishes to maintain strong diplomatic relations. Recently, after lengthy negotiations, our two empires signed a new treaty. Oh yeah, everyone else is completely unaffected by whatever wind is propelling that headband of his. The Japanese-Anglo Treaty of Commerce and Navigation. Everyone knows about it. Ha! You knew that, and you still apply for Britain. What's more, you're students of Imperial University yourselves. You aren't a professor of an institution of learning. Have you no shame? I didn't do it. Due to the grave nature of this incident, we are drawing the attention of the British Empire. They have requested that the Supreme Court pass swift judgment in today's trial. In other words, our spineless guards is bending over backwards to appease the Brits. You're just being used as a convenient scapegoat for that end. Is that what makes this trial so special? Exactly. Our country must find someone to punish as soon as possible. All because the victim is a Brit. A British man, Dr. John H. Watson. This has nothing to do with our countries or that treaty. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Oh, would you look at the time? I have to get going soon. I'll stay a bit longer. We came a long way after all. You're right. We rarely get the chance to visit a high-class establishment like this. Well then, take care. I'll see you in tomorrow's English lecture, partner. After the British Empire, huh? What a guy. Oh? I've seen that man on campus before, I think. He's that doctor from Britain. I never got his name, though. Maybe I should go introduce myself. And so... I went to Dr. Watson's table to introduce myself. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Yes, Your Honor. How was Dr. John H. Watson robbed of his life? Present the cause of death to the Supreme Court. Dr. Watson's cause of death? Of course, that would be... Naruhodo. This is a court of law. Here we let the evidence speak for itself. The evidence? Quickly, present the piece of evidence showing the doctor's cause of death. My skill badge! No. Post-mortem. Actually, let's give the post-mortem a quick read, shall we? Victim, John H. Watson, male, British, established on death, 19th November, around 2 p.m. Cause of death, bled to death after a single shot to the chest from point blank range. There was no exit wound on the victim's body. Okay, he was shot at point blank range. Remember that, because in Ace Attorney games, they love that. I didn't know how big a deal, you know, gunpowder marks were to people until I played Ace Attorney games, and it's just in every one of them basically. So pay attention to that detail. No exit wound in the victim's body. Interesting. Remembering all these notes for later. 2 p.m. Okay, anyway, he bled to death after being shot in the chest. Boom. According to this thing, it was blood loss from a gunshot wound, Your Honor. At least call it by its proper name. That thing is the post-mortem report. Yes, the post-mortem. Oh. Ah, it froze for a sec. Okay. In the West, for example in the British Empire, corpses undergo what's called an autopsy. But in our country, police surgeons conduct a post-mortem examination instead. Right, now I get it. I don't get it at all. Allow me to present a photograph of that crime scene. As you can see, there are gunpowder burns around the bullet hole, meaning the victim was shot at point-blank range. There's no other conclusion. Very well, the court accepts this modern investigation tool as evidence. Photograph of the victim has been found in the court record. Wow. So this is a photograph. It's our first time seeing one. It captures far more details than what we'd expect from illustration. Oh, come on, game, stop freezing on me. Okay. Well, the game's not freezing. Actually, the 3DS is holding out strong. Just this. I'm sorry about the occasional frame freezing here. Anyway, very well. You've proven yourself to the court. The questioning ends here. Now, let us proceed with the trial. Understood, Your Honor. First, I would like to give an overview of the incident. I hereby summon a witness who is present at the scene of the crime. Oof. Here we go. I just realized what the professor had in mind. Professor Mikotoba, you mean? He knew you'd be the one defending yourself in court. However, as long as I stand by your side, I can still offer you advice. Oh, that's true. Here's what Professor Mikotoba told me. Kazuma Asagi must not stand as the defense attorney in today's trial. Good grief, everything went exactly as the professor planned. Please manage your wisdom, Asaogi. You've got it. For starters, do something about your shifty eyes and cold sweats. Only if you would do something about your fluttery headband and cold gaze. Witness, please state your name and occupation to the court. Certainly, my name is Satoru Hasunaga. I'm a waiter at La Quantos, a restaurant serving Western cuisine. Are you okay? There's blood dripping out of your mouth. Oh, this is completely normal. I'm perfectly fine. I'm not too sure about that. A few years ago, the southeastern corner of the capital was open to foreign settlements. Now it's become a fashionable area lined with hotels catering to visitors from abroad. The crime occurred 3 days ago in that area at a restaurant specializing in Western cuisine. Witness, please share everything you know with the court. As you wish. Try not to interrupt this man's testimony, amateur lawyer. I am warning you. Yes, sir. I never even called myself an attorney. It was just after 2 p.m. that day. We normally have few patrons at that hour. After the lunch rush, only 3 groups of customers remained. Come to think of it, he's right. There weren't many customers at the time. It was in the kitchen, putting away the dishes, when suddenly a gunshot rang out from the dining area. When I ran out of a panic, I saw it. I saw the British gentleman, the victim, slumped over in his chair. Standing next to him was the defendant, holding a pistol. Wait, please, wait a second. Yes, I picked up the gun when I noticed it on the ground, but I swear I didn't fire it. Naruhodo. You touched the fucking gun, dude. Don't touch a weapon at a crime scene, seriously. god. Oh. His objection was so powerful it momentarily broke the stream. Good job, Ahuchi. Save your breath. I already warned you once. We are here to listen to the witness's testimony, not your outbursts, you amateur. But next time you interrupt, be prepared to suffer a penalty. Naruhodo, you get your chance to strike back eventually. For now, listen to what this man has to say. Witness, there is one thing I'd like to confirm. Oh, who's the murderer? The guy coughing up blood? We'll see. It's not usually the first witness unless the case is super duper easy, but I mean, it's happened before in the first case of these games, you know. You saw the accused standing next to the victim with a pistol in hand, correct? Certainly, that's correct. I see. And apart from the accused, no one else was near the victim. Certainly not. Apart from the deceased British gentleman and defendant, no one else was present. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? No one else was present near the victim? What's the matter, Naruhodo? That's not how I remember it. When I walked over to introduce myself to Dr. Watson, there's a woman sitting in a chair across from him. Hang on. I have to consume the last of the snacks. Sorry. I don't know. Tea break habits. I am like that in the middle of a stream. Yes. What? There's no way the waiter missed that. They kept telling me not to interrupt, but can I really just stand and keep watch this? Oh yeah, there's no visible. I should have set up comments to be visible on the stream, so like visually, like Alexis does, so you can. So that'll be in the archive. But, sorry, folks. You just have to wonder what crowd I'm talking to. In the past, come future, and whatnot. Anyway, they keep telling me not to interrupt, but can I really just stand by and watch this? Let's see. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I should probably hold my tongue here. Naruhodo, you seem like the kind of guy who studies just because his parents tell him to. Well, you're not wrong. That's how it made into Yumi. But you should know, rolling over and letting people boss you around won't get you far. If you miss your opportunity to speak up now, you'll regret it once you're declared guilty. I feel like that, it really hits home. I know what I have to say. I just have to close my eyes and take the plunge. Sir! Give me a moment to defend myself. Doctor wasn't sitting alone at the time. I'm certain there was a woman dining with her. My, what a troublemaker. This attorney will stop at nothing to interfere with the trial. He's not one more than a fraud. I'm not even sure what we can reasonably call the accused an attorney. But witness, are you sure your memory isn't flawed? I certainly am. The British gentleman came to the restaurant by himself. But that's impossible. I made sure to sketch the seating arrangement of our patrons on the right here. I implore you to check for yourself. This appears to be a sketch of the crime scene. Hence, it was an emergency situation I was ordered to use in the back of my business card. As you can see, this shows the victim is alone at the time in question. You've gone above and beyond the call of duty. Truly, you're an admirable young waiter. You flatter me, Your Honor. I request you present that sketch to the court as evidence for trial. Oh, well. Is something wrong? Go on, hand it over. Ah, certainly. As you wish. That's odd. He was pretty calm up until now. He's right. The waiter does seem to look a bit flustered. By which I mean dying. Business card has been filed in the court record. And so, let's summarize what happened during today's incident. The gunshot rang out from the dining room. The only person near the victim was the accused. Why, I'd say we'll be wrapping this trial early today. Defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Yes, Your Honor? If you plead guilty now, the court is willing to recognize your plea as a mitigating factor. It means your punishment may be reduced. Be aware that this witness here has only was only here to provide a summary of the incident. But if you insist on prolonging this trial, then the prosecution will gladly summon a decisive witness to the stand. No, you'll summon a witness if I don't plead guilty. Hey, Asogi, what should I do? What are you talking about? Well, it sounds like I'm going to be declared guilty sooner or later. So I think I might be best if I just plead guilty right now. I mean, everyone's been talking about how special this trial is, right? You, Professor Makotoba, heck, even the judge and the prosecutor. If the trial keeps going on like this, I'm scared about my end. As I said before this trial, I believe in you, Naruhodo. And now, in spite of that, you intend to betray my good faith? Huh? If the defendant is truly innocent, it's the defense attorney's duty to use any means necessary to prove it so. You have a duty to defend yourself. Are you going to abandon your duty? Even worse, you'll give it a battle when it's only just begun. The defense will continue to fight for an innocent verdict until the very end. The prosecutor needs to stop stalling for time and just move on with the trial. Go ahead. Call this so-called decisive witness to the stand. Very well. Prosecutor, you right? You continue as you were. Oh, how young and foolish you both are. Do not know your place in this court. They may call me a saint, but I'm prepared to become a demon. Huh? Before long, I shall have your everything in my mouth sealed permanently. The prosecutor will now call two witnesses to stand. Now, bailiff, bring in the prosecutor's witnesses. That's two guys. Oh yes, exciting feature from this game, in addition to the setting being oldie times and Phoenix Wright's ancestor and whatnot, is we're using some mechanics that are really seen outside of the Layton crossover, the English, which is multiple witnesses on the stand. It's gonna be fun. Let's go. Witnesses, please state your names and occupations at the court. Yes, sir. I'm a proud soldier of the Empire, Sergeant Taizo Okazunaro, sir. This one is but a humble peddler of time. An antiquary, one who brings in the imperial capital the essence of cures from bygone eras. Owner of the Hall of Discard Emporium in the corner of the capital's second block. Sanmon Sono Higurashi is my name. antique dealer and a soldier. What an odd combination. These two were also in the restaurant on the day of the incident, Your Honor. So this is the first group of customers the waiter was referring to earlier. This one spends a brief time every afternoon enjoying the aromatic coffee at Lycanthropus. I mean, so he is a sword boyfriend. Oftentimes, this one also converses with connoisseurs interested in my treasures. I have no idea what he's talking about. The old man owns an antique shop and appears to be a regular for Lycanthropus. He tries to sell his antiques to any customers who look like they would be interested. Many affluent socialites dine at that high-class Western establishment after all. Oh, I see. But if I'm being honest, that soldier over there doesn't seem affluent enough to be buying much of anything. So the two of you witnessed the very moment this heinous crime unfolded. Is that correct? Sir, yes sir! Oh, the insolence of such an atrocity. No detail evaded this soldier's watchful eyes. Indeed, without a doubt, this juvenile clad in somber black fired the lethal round. Nope, I don't understand this guy either. But putting that aside, I think I heard a strange sound just now. I see. These two are the so-called decisive witnesses. That soldier says he witnessed the very moment you shot the victim. Huh? So, are you having fun yet? Honestly, I'm not. Oh yeah, it's been a while. Let's have a quick safety save to help with the stream not crashing as much. Honestly, I'm not. Now, let's hear your testimony. Tell the court the truth of what you witnessed during the incident. As you wish, Sergeant Taizo Uzukumaru, reporting for duty. Alas, this one does not wish to recall the deplorable events of that afternoon. Witness testimony. What witness? I was at the festival, chatting with the old man as I ate my beefsteak. This one was boasting of a beautiful treasure enveloped in golden gleam. And then, the flash of a gunshot. That moment was burned into my eyes. That black-clad shot the British man. A sudden, cowardly shot from behind. Meanwhile, this one crawled to the floor in search for a treasure gone missing. That means, Sergeant, you must have witnessed the crime in its entirety. Everything from when the accused took the pistol to when he shot the victim. Indeed, the despicable culprit was a delinquent of a student over there. Imagine that wretched boy would shoot an Englishman in such an insensitive juncture. Wait, that's not true. I didn't shoot anyone. You sure about that, Naruhodo? All I did was pick up a pistol from the floor. After this myself to Dr. Watson, I went back to my table to finish my coffee. Yes, I had to go home. As I made my way to the door, I saw a British-made pistol on the ground next to where the doctor was sitting. I thought they might have accidentally dropped it, so I picked it up. But as I was about to hand it to him, bang! If that's really what happened, then the true culprit is still at large. And a clue to the identity best defend in this testimony. Really? Quickly, Naruhodo, assert your right to conduct a cross-examination. Cross-examination? There's no time to waste. Now then, as you just heard, Your Honor, this testimony is conclusively proven the accused's guilt. The time has come to pass judgment on this despicable university student. Indeed, there is no longer any room for doubt. Well then, court hereby concludes... Sir! What was that? And what's this unbearable awkward silence? No, the defense demands the right to conduct that cross-examination thing. Oh dear. What are you, a puppet? Are these your words or those of the man next to you? He got me. The prosecution objects. This is clearly a ploy to waste everyone's time. One can't expect an experienced attorney to conduct a cross-examination. Objection. Regardless, the defense has every right to make such a demand. His experience or lack thereof matters not. Asuogi, that was amazing. Very well. I hereby grant the defense request to conduct a cross-examination. Excellent. Now the real battle begins. I have no idea what to do in a cross-examination. It's simple. Expose the lies in their testimony. What? Huh? You didn't fire that pistol, therefore someone must be lying. That makes sense. The key to the truth rests somewhere within the evidence. The evidence. To expose their lies, you must strike them with a decisive piece of evidence. Anyway, just try your best, Ace Attorney. Got it! Guess I have no choice but to go for it. As if the old man eating my piece sake, this woman's boasting of a beautiful treasure enveloped in a golden gleam. Then, flash of a gunshot and was burned into my eyes. And shot the British man, standing clear shot from behind. You shot from behind. Says it was shot to the chest. I'm just following my instincts, having played this. I haven't played up to this test. I don't know. I remember this game kind of a little, but I played it over the course of like a year or something. Mostly just when I was taking train rides for occasional trips. But anyway, it says he was shot in the chest, so why don't we just risk one of these 5 life bar thingies here and just slingshot the evidence at them. I mean, it's the first testimony. How hard could it be? There we go. Don't want to overthink the first testimony just yet. What in the world was that? Why are you suddenly shoving this scrap of paper in my face? It's a contradiction. Yeah. That must be one of those contradiction things. Are you in your right mind? What, pray tell, is so contradictory about this document? You know, I know what I have to say, but I can't seem to find the words. Let us end this charade, Your Honor. Our Supreme Court has no room for amateur attorneys like you. Ah, what a pain. Hold your horses. You can't be serious. Do you really need an explanation for something like this? This is Supreme Court, for goodness sake. Asuogi? What did you say? Maybe if you just shut up and take a look at this post-mortem, you'd notice too. The sergeant's testimony contradicts the evidence. Huh? Sergeant Uzukumaru. What is it? During your testimony earlier, you said the following. I mean, he does have some edge for fairness, except he's on our side. That black question shot the British man. Currently, there's something currently shot from behind. That's right, I swear by my own 2 eyes I've witnessed the very act. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? Because, you know... Hey Asuogi, a little help please? It's poorly written in the post-mortem. single shot to the chest from point-blank range. There is no exit. Compare that to the photograph of the scene and the truth comes to light. The victim, Professor Watson, died after being shot in the chest. Ah! Sergeant, according to your testimony, the victim was shot from behind. However, the facts remain that he was shot from the front. Explain yourself. I'll be waiting. What the heck was that? Something tried to pop up out of his knapsack, but he pushed it back down. Indeed, it's an obvious contradiction. Care to explain, Sergeant Isabara? Yes, it's all coming back to me now. When the gunshot rang out my eyes. We're actually fixing Lecanto's signature beefsteak! Surely you guessed! The sergeant's testimony just now has made one thing abundantly clear. This witness, Taizo Sugimura, soldier of the Empire, did not see the moment in which the defendant supposedly fired a pistol. This is absurd. Come on, surely you understand. Our Supreme Court has no room for amateur prosecutors like you. No! No! He flipped the mood of the courtroom with just a few words. So this is the power of a defense attorney. But I really did see it. That cowardly student pointed the pistol right at the victim's defenseless back. Sir, even if I did, I didn't fire it. All I did was pick up the floor. Old man, perhaps you witnessed something that you could shed some light on this? My previous statement still stands. I crept under the table and heard a sharp gunshot shortly thereafter. Crept under the table? What are you doing down there? Searching for a lost item. What did you lose? A koban! A precious coin from the Hui era! When this one departed from the Quantos, that invaluable item from the Hall of Discard was tucked away in my pocket. You brought it along in hopes of selling it for the highest bidder, correct? That day, this one presented the koban to this carnivorous soldier. He was my last hope, as no other patrons were willing to take a purchase. Thereupon, it vanished, as soon as one lost focus. The koban vanished. Believe it to have fallen someplace. This one scoured the floor. That's when. Gunshot came from the restaurant, right? Indeed, nonetheless, the one presumed to return to the search for the relic of the core era. Every fibre of my being was in a frenzy. By the way, did you ever find that koban? Alas, this one's not. Interesting. On that day, this one carelessly misplaced that fine Hoi koban. Or perhaps it was stolen by some unscrupulous individual. As you're all aware, time is of the essence of today's proceedings. Our government must report back to the British Empire this afternoon. But at least this is far from explosive. No matter how far our government is willing to bow down to the Brits, I will not allow your honour to pass a verdict just yet. What say you, Professor Auchi? Prosecutor Auchi? Rest assured, Your Honour. These witnesses still have more to testify about. Could you elaborate? Oh, trust me, it will all become clear in the next testimony, Your Honour. Let's just say there is only one person who could see the murderer. Who could be the murderer? And it's not Aaron, this accursed student, Drianosuke Naruhodo. What? Looks like you've incurred his wrath. Very well, the court shall ask both witnesses to retake the stand. This time you must establish a firm basis for the defendant's guilt. Understood. This one vows to make every word count. Affirmative, Sergeant, ties orders to marker. Reporting for duty once again, distracted by that baby that's obviously there. Sir, there's someone peeking out from behind you. Everyone, meet the Uzugamara family's last hope, Korumaru! Guess you couldn't afford a baby, sir. Take a good look, my dear son. Father is about to thwart evil right here this instant. See that? If I didn't see the exact moment that the boat was fired, it doesn't change a thing. If I remember it well, the boy in the black coat indeed took aim the British Empire, British gentleman. What's more, there's no more customers in the restaurant besides us. Indeed, the British gentleman had been quietly enjoying his food in solitude. I repeat, no one could have shot him but that wicked boy. Mad reports. That was quite the decisive testimony. Sir! Wait, that's impossible. Dr. Watson wasn't alone at the time. Restrain yourself, defendant. I'm telling you, there was a young woman sitting right there with him. There's absolutely no way you two could have missed her. If you dare call yourself an attorney, then speak in accordance with the law. There is no place to be spewing nonsense. This is no place to be spewing nonsense, rather. Gah. Make no mistake, the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The proof is in this photograph. This is a photograph of the crime scene, I presume. Yes, Your Honor. This shot of the victim's table was captured by our investigators. As you can see, there is only a single serving of the food on the table. True, as far as this photograph is concerned. The victim had no company. It's the only natural conclusion. How can this be? I hereby order the photograph be submitted to court as evidence. Court scene photo is filed to the courtroom. No. What in the world is going on? How could they not have seen her? The waiter corroborated their testimony earlier. He too claimed that Dr. Watson arrived at the restaurant by himself. Well, they're all wrong. I saw her. I swear I did. It seems her telegram to the British Empire can be delivered on schedule. After all, there would be no contradiction of any kindness. There was no contradiction of any kindness, latest testimony. As our treaty of the Britain is still in its infancy, these are delicate times. I am honoured to have played a role in advancing friendly relations between our two empires. Is this really happening? Is this trial really going to end just like that? Chin up, Naruhodo, it's not over yet. Huh? If what you say is true, then there's more to this case that meets the eye. So, what are you waiting for? Time for another cross-examination. Asogi. The defendant may now cross-examine the witnesses, but be quick about it. Notice, these courtroom procedures are merely delaying the inevitable. Even if I hadn't seen the exact moment the bullet was fired, it didn't change a thing. Time for another save. I'm telling you, there was a woman dying with Dr. Watson. Objection! Still repeating the same old nonsense, I see. Prior to the witnesses, women exist only in your imagination. If only there were witnesses who could back me up. The incident took place after 2 PM, during the gap between lunch and dinner. Explains why there weren't more potential witnesses around. Yes, 2 in the afternoon is certainly an orthodox time to be having a meal. Perhaps the victim had a reason to be dining at Lacan's at that particular time. Ah, yes, about that. It seems he had a reason indeed, Your Honor. Huh? This was found in the victim's breast pocket. And what exactly it must be? It looks to be a medical report, Your Honor. The victim paid a visit to the doctor before going to the restaurant. Hotter Clinic. Oh god. Hotter Clinic. Even the date and time are listed here. 19th November from approximately noon to 1 in the afternoon. Right before the time of the incident. Clearly the victim went out for a late lunch after his examination. I found it unnecessary to report this, as it has no bearing on the case at hand. What do you make of this, Naruhodo? Me? Well, I didn't think it was that important either. There's always a chance we'll find some use for this evidence later. Should I request a copy of Dr. Watson's medical report? Yes! Hi! Sir! Maybe we have the medical reports as evidence? What for? Thanks to the sites of testimony we just heard, there is no need for further evidence. Besides, what the victim did prior to the incident is no relevance to the court. Objection. Sorry to disappoint, but we'll be the judge of that. Excuse me? Lest you forget, you have no right to deny legitimate requests made by the defense. Very well, the court approves the defense's request. You youngsters and your rights. I fear for the future of our empire. The court orders to admit the victim's medical report as evidence. The medical report has been filed in the court record. Right now, we are in desperate need of a new lead. Though this may be relevant at first glance, don't underestimate the potential. Yeah, got it. Soon you'll realize how crucial it is to prolong this trial. I, for one, believe that the testimony has painted a sufficiently clear picture. What say you, antique dealer? Let's have a look at the evidence we got, shall we? Oh, I can't examine it, never mind. Okay, cool. Is that really what you saw? Dr. Watson eating at his table alone? Unfortunately for you, that is indeed what this one saw. The old man, soldier, and waiter have all testified as such. And if that wasn't enough, there's also evidence that attests to this fact. As you can see, there is a single serving of beefsteak on the table, enough for only one person. No. The antique store owner, so the Imperial Army sergeant and the waiter. It's possible they're all liars. But for what reason would they have to lie? Frankly, that's okay, I don't have a clue. Why don't you just tell the truth? What did you say? The time. There's a woman sitting in the office of Dr. Watson. I can understand just one of you overlooked her presence. But there's no way both of you, mister. Something's not right. Unfortunately, it's not just the two of them. What? The waiter said the exact same thing. He too claimed the victim was all alone. That's right. In other words, you are the only one who insists on the existence of this phantom woman. But if there was something even present, you'll just have to prove it. If you cannot, then I would never want to hear about her again. You're simply wasting your time. You're simply wasting your time right now. I don't know how to respond to that. Great job, Naruto. That's one new piece of information in the bag. Yeah, I don't think we've made any real progress. I still can't find a sense of contradiction. You sure about that? Here, show me that medical report you just got. Oh, this is what we're supposed to do. Go to the end of the testimony and have Asogi tell us we can examine the evidence. Thank you, Asogi. Of course. Oh, you mean this? We went through all the trouble to get our hands on this. It'd be wise to examine it more closely. Okay, how exactly do I do that? And suddenly out men that use like details, such that you feel to inspect the evidence on the top screen. 200,000 in the evidence. Everything on triangles. By sliding across the screen, you cannot move the cursor. When the cursor reacts, go ahead and press examine. Alright, now let's see what you can glean from this new medical report. Yeah, you got it, let's do this. Using those dials and cursors, I examine anything that stands out. This medical report looks like it was first issued quite a long time ago. I think it's a personal medical report. His treatment must have been ongoing. This would be possible for me. I'd never go to the doctor even now it's dead. You can't visit the doctor if you're dead. Do you really hate doctors that much? Well, they inject you with painful needles and make you drink disgusting medicine. On top of that, they charge you for it. I'm dying in here and they expect to be paid. I bet you've caused doctors a lot of trouble with that attitude. I would soak your head in some of that disgusting medicine for a while. A pure appreciation of doctors. Oh, they say, oh, a clinic is written here in the front. I hate the word clinic as much as I hate treatment center and hospital. As someone with a little bit of medical trauma, I relate to Naruhodo just wanting nothing to do with being in a hospital. The solution have a pretty boy do it. Yeah, true comment, true comment. Yeah, they're almost the same thing. One time when I was about 5 years old, I got a cold and had to go to a clinic. The merciless needle pierced my arm and I was so weakened from the fever. God, I will never ever forget that moment for the rest of my life. What a gloomy yet completely normal childhood story. Okay, it doesn't look like the clinic deals with internal medicine. It's not what we need. Let's look further for other clues. Can I open this? These appear to be the doctor's notes. Oh. Aw, don't freeze now, game. We're going places. Game. Game. Aw, come on, we just got the thing open. I think it's gonna just have a little crashy crash here, maybe. Oh, there we go, never mind. These appear to be his doctor's notes. There's an entry written here for the day the incident occurred. Prepare anesthesia. Tooth extraction. Extraction? That's when they pull the tooth out, right? Before the incident appears, Dr. Watson was suffering from a toothache. The dentists in Europe who use laughing gas these days. I wonder if they use that. I've read about it. They say it makes you go numb. Supposedly it makes it so you won't feel pain. I find that hard to believe. Neither are some precautionary notes written by the doctor. Due to residual anesthesia, consumption of anything but water is strictly prohibited for 3 months for 3 hours after treatment, not 3 months. You're not on water only diet for 3 months after tooth extraction. 3 hours, that's a bit more reasonable. Wait. Strictly prohibited for 3 hours after treatment, and it ends at 1 PM. Oh, we found a contradiction, people. What? It might help us keep this information in mind. Medical report has been updated in the court record. Dental examination record. On the daily incident, the victim had a tooth pulled and was forbidden to consume anything other than water. With this new information we have now, the meaning of the testimony is completely changed. You're onto something, aren't you? Let's listen to that testimony one more time. Alright. Just gonna slingshot this at you now. So, in other words, what's wrong, attorney? Cat got your tongue? I'm a defendant first, attorney second. Naruhodo. Getting tongue-tied is no big deal. It happens to the best of us. Asoki. Your cross-examination earlier was indicative of one important fact. Whenever you raise that hand of yours, there's something on your mind that you're really dying to let out. So don't worry about finding the right words, just speak your mind. Got it, I'll take your advice to heart. Witness, here is the victim's medical report. Oh, and what of it, young one? According to what's written here, I have good reason to believe there's something off about your testimony. Objection. Oh dear, did you forget what I told you? What did you tell me? Amateurs like you should know when to keep your mouth shut. Pipe down. Huh? Here are the facts. The victim was murdered at the restaurant sometime after 2 PM. Whatever he might have done before then is irrelevant to the case. Gah, that's not... Naruhodo, don't worry about finding the right words. Just speak your mind. You're on at this point, there is no need for further deliberation. After all, the previous testimony has made everything perfectly clear. The medical reports are relevant to the case at hand. As for why, it is because this was a university student to see only possible suspect. Are you saying this medical report isn't relevant at all? Is that really what you think? What's with this sudden shift in tone? Don't scare me like that. And don't think too hard about it, it's common sense. Even if the hospital clinic is in fact a dental clinic? Dental clinic? That doesn't change a thing. Even if, at that dental clinic, the victim had undergone a tooth extraction. What? Moreover, the victim was prohibited from consuming solid food after the operation. Hold on, boy, what are you getting at? Prohibited from consuming solid food? What in the world? It's all noted in this fine print. Any consumption of solid food is strictly prohibited for 3 hours after treatment. Oh. Stream, don't freeze. No, that can't be. Okay, it unfroze. Thank God. Sir. What is it? Now you've heard the truth. At the time of the incident, shortly after 2 PM, the victim was unable to eat a thing. This is an outrage. In addition, why are you staring at me? You claimed several times the victim was enjoying his meal alone. However, this claim doesn't hold up. It's actually the first time I played this game. I've actually played this game all the way through, but this is the first time playing it on stream, so it's like a test stream. Although I have gone on for like an hour and a half, so I guess we're just in the stream now. We're like, I expected this game to like crash honestly like an hour ago at least. I'm surprised that it's held up this long. Like when I was doing my test things with it, it was not nearly this stable. So feeling pretty good about it holding out for this long. You know, it's nice, it's good. Consistency. Trucking along. Good test streams. Just become a stream. Oh. Because the victim had just undergone a tooth extraction and could not eat solid food. Oh, come on, don't freeze again. Just as I said that. Okay, I think I have to hold it a little better in the position for the reception of the 3DS to my... I'm just going to bring the court record to get an idea of the frame rate for a second. Hang on. Come on. I completely jinxed it. You see that? I completely jinxed it by freezing the stream as I... Okay. I just want to try and get... Be nice. Be nice. I just undergone a tooth extraction, could not eat solid food. Gah! There we go. Well said, partner. What are you getting at, rat? Your argument is meaningless. Take a look at this photograph. Look at this photograph! Clearly, there is a serving of beefsteak at the victim's table. Fool. Haven't you realized? That itself is a contradiction. Huh? What did you say? Right now the situation has been completely turned on its head. Isn't that right, Naruhodo? Huh? Oh, of course! The victim could not consume any solid food because it had a tooth extracted. If this was the case, another question arises. Who exactly then was eating this beefsteak? The court demands an explanation. Oh. Demands an explanation. Understood defense. I'm probably saving quite before the next test when it gets going, I think, for stability purposes. Oh, you mean me? Listen up. The real fight begins once you give your judge your answer. Show me what you can do. Time for our great turnabout. Yes, sir. The only person who could have been eating this beefsteak is... Okay, the victim, no, because he was, we just proved that he was at the dentist. Yeah, that's the plan, although, depending on how long it takes to... They might translate the remaining cases by the time we get to them. We'll see how it goes. The translation of Great Ace Attorney 2 is still underway. Last time I checked. They're up to case 2 of 5. Anyway. Let's see. Okay, the other person who did the beefsteak. Me? No, I'm pretty sure Naruhodo wasn't chowing down on this beefsteak. The two witnesses? Seems unlikely that they would just do that. So I'd say it's someone else, perhaps our mystery one. Of course, it must have been the person who was dining with the victim. Here we go. It must have been the person who was dining with the victim. Doesn't make it. Don't waste my breath. No such person exists. Sir. Don't make me waste mine. She most certainly does. At the time of the incident, the victim was in no condition of eating solid food, and yet a beefsteak lay half-eaten on his table. Therefore, someone else must have been present. That's the only explanation. So long as this obvious contradiction remains, we can't trust the previous estimate. And if you keep trying to rig this trial in your favor, I'll report you to the Ministry of Justice. Mark my words. Asuoki. You little... Do you really think you can take on the judicial system of the Empire of Japan? You are not my opponent today. What? My opponent are the two witnesses here. How dare you? What do you mean by that? As the evidence clearly shows, the victim was not alone. Are you purposely trying to hide the truth? Yeah, that is an Edgeworth head tap. Like, I sincerely hope you're prepared to be charged with perjury. God, imagine if we actually... Imagine if people like give false testimony in Eternity case actually got charged with perjury. That would be hilarious, because they just never stop lying in these games. Perjury? That's not fair, everyone lies in these games. Not to mention this is a murder trial. Being found guilty of perjury would imply that you're accomplices to the murder. Murder? No, no! Hold it. Preposterous. I was unaware of such a thing. Oh, that thing's supposed to be spinning wheel spin. Yeah. Oh, because of the frame rate on the spinning wheel, I can easily tell how well the stream's going by just shifting my 3DS around in this screen. This is how the pro Great Ace Attorney streamers do it. The spin wheel tricks, as we call it. I simply testify as I was ordered to. Indeed, that is the truth. You were ordered to testify that the young lady was never at the crime scene. Oh. What was that? Witness? Could you repeat that? Well, you see. You were ordered to say that? No, hold on, that was, You were ordered to testify that a young lady was never at the crime scene. Let me guess. This lady. She's a foreigner, I take it. Oh. What's the meaning of this? Did these witnesses commit perjury? You two, answer me at once. Oh. I'm amused at where it chooses the stream chooses to freeze, and like when it's like a transitional shot on the gallery, it's just like funny to me looking at the screen. It was just a slip of the tongue. Order. Someone please explain what's going on here. I knew it. You ordered these witnesses to lie under oath. The prosecution was not aware of this either. Then, who gave the order? This one's lips are sealed. So you don't care if you're indicted as an accessory to murder? This is preposterous. Naruhodo. It appears that these two witnesses... Come on. Have been silenced with influence far beyond their own. Moreover, The good prosecutor had absolutely no knowledge of this. Seriously? But who could assert that kind of influence? Government? The military? It could have been the police. Well, Naruhodo, do you have any idea who may have ordered them to stay silent? Do these witnesses commit perjury as a Pope Catholic? I mean, if you can identify a culprit, you can demand them to appear in court. I need to identify the one who ordered both the witnesses to hide the truth. Obviously, we need to find some evidence first. Evidence that shows the influence of a powerful third party. Evidence? There's no way we could have... Hold on, Naruto. Remember what happened earlier? Huh? Earlier we examined this piece of evidence and found a new lease, didn't we? Yeah, that's right. There's more where that came from. You might be able to uncover another hidden clue by examining the other pieces. There's no time to waste. Well, if either of you have fabricated your testimony, I should declare you guilty of perjury. Please wait just a moment, Your Honor. I, Aoichi, swear to heaven and earth that I had no part in this. I swear! Then defendant, no. Attorney, what is going through your mind? Sir, I can't do this. There's no time to gather my thoughts. I'm just to close my eyes and blurt out the first name that comes to mind. Aside from the prosecutor, I believe this person was influential enough to pressure them. Ah shit, I didn't look at the evidence. When I hate it when Ace Attorney does this, where you can't look at the when you're at the present menu, you can't look at the court record. We're just told by our friend there to have a little examination, but I didn't. But okay, here's the thing. I'm just gonna slingshot this in. Might the name of this person be Satoru Hosanaka? One moment while I explain it by flipping the business cards. This is rather odd. Oh, do not. What's wrong, Asuki? The name of this witness is written on here. Satoru Hosanaka. Well, obviously, it's a business card after all. His name is not the problem. It's the title. The title? Oh. Imperial Police Division 1. Ah, I didn't notice the bottom tomb was frozen on this. My God. Shift that 3. Okay, so behind the scenes note, I'm using an NTR viewer and KitKat thing. I'm not using like a hardware graphics. I'm not using a hardware capture on my 3DS because I didn't have I don't have the capability to install that so much. Oh, there we go. Imperial. So I'm just like, this is all software. So it just depends on how well like my 3DS connecting to my internet, and then like my internet's going to my computer, etc. Anyway, Imperial Police 1, Division 1, Imperial Police Division 1, investigation. Lead Detective Satoru Hosanaka. Detective? What in the world is going on? I have no idea. If he has the authority of a police officer, he'll be capable of coercion. Business card has been updated in the court. It's interesting right now that the screens are moving separately on the feeds because there's like a priority thing in the not the emulator, the streaming program. Anyway, less behind the scenes talk now. Business cards in the court record. Well, we now know that someone here is a cop. So Satoru Hosanaka isn't necessarily the murderer, but he is a cop. And all cops are bastards. So... Oh. Gosh. Come on. It might be time that this is just like totally crashing. It's about that time, to be honest. I wouldn't put it past this thing. Oh, come on. Just a bit longer. Well, I mean, an hour and 40 minutes, if it held up that long, including the preamble time I did before I went live on the stream, I mean, that's longer than I suspected I'd get out of it, so, you know, test stream, pretty successful. Yeah, as you say, shocked it's lasted so long. Yeah, I think we'll save it here. So, when last we were leaving our heroes off, I know of we've discovered that the waiter who was up earlier and talked like, no, definitely there was only one person at the table. That guy's a cop. So we're gonna be coming back to that later. So that's what's gonna be the fuck. Did not mean to click that. There's still the audio coming from it because the 3DS has not completely crashed yet, but yeah, the stream itself is it. Anyway, next episode of Great Ace Attorney, we're gonna take on the cops, and you know, don't worry too much about it. This is way longer than I thought I'd go on for. So yeah. Thanks for joining us. Oh, thanks for joining me, rather, people. It made it much more fun than I thought it'd be, just testing out the equipment, and yeah, this is a fun game. There's some things about the translation that are not may not be enjoyable for everybody, but we haven't quite gotten to that. ACAB, yeah, ACAB is true. All cops are bastards. Never forget it. No, I'll catch y'all later. Stay safe and happy Pride, everybody. Catch you in the next stream. Bye. Tracy signing off.